Have you ever found yourself in a spiral of negative self-talk, feeling like you're your own worst critic? Well, it's not a reflection of your present self, but a remnant from your past. And I'm reflecting on the discussion I had with Dr. Judy Ho this week about rewriting your mental script and healing old wounds. And I was really intrigued with her TED Talk or TEDx talk, which I'll have in the show notes. I was really intrigued because negative self-talk, man, I'm really good. I don't know about you, but I'm fantastic at negative self-talk to the point that I created myself to hate myself. And all these almost 50 years of believing that I sucked, I thought it was me talking to myself that way. But in reality, what Judy was talking about is that it's the old self from our childhood that is causing this negative self-talk. To me, the biggest insights I got with this conversation was one, negative self-talk stems from past experiences, particularly childhood. These internal dialogues evolve into core beliefs. Okay, I want to repeat that. These internal dialogues evolve into core beliefs that the brain uses to protect us at that time in the past and constantly seeking evidence to support those beliefs. Makes sense to me. Makes a lot of valid sense. And the other thing that she really hit home, it's hard to tell. When she said this, it really hit. The fear that negative beliefs might be true often prevents us from embracing positive changes. And if it's wired in your head, or like she called it, your operating system, the software has been written that way. I've always shit on positive changes and reflections or comments because I had a fear of negative beliefs being true. And this is very true for high achieving ADHD entrepreneurs, often experience intensive negative self-talk, which is unrelated to moral failings, but it's rooted in our past experiences. So let's go a bit more about this. Why negative self-talk and core beliefs are related, okay? So negative self-talk is rooted in our past and shaped by our early experiences with caregivers and is formed as coping mechanisms based on our attachments, okay? And these thoughts become our core beliefs. And then with the brain constantly looking or seeking evidence to support them, it's always there. If you think you suck or you think you're useless, you're not going to know too much, everything that happens, your brain is looking for things to support that. So that's why you always feel that that's the way. But your brain's just doing that to protect yourself and doesn't know that you're safe now. You've heard me talk about this over and over again. Okay. And the protective nature of our beliefs does not understand it's in creating a negative impact or a positive impact. It's just there protecting our core beliefs, which was set up in our past to protect us from whatever was going on. Okay. And the one thing that Judy really talked about that I really love this, because even some other people, past guests, have mentioned this too, but never these two together. Emotions and thoughts are not facts. A lot of people just say the emotions or the thoughts separate, but together, when she put those two together, that emotions and thoughts are not facts, even though we were raised to believe that they are. But this has a lot to do with understanding to counter our negative self-talk. Like your brain's always looking to support things. It's that core belief, you suck, you're not good at anything, you can't figure stuff out. Well, your brain's always looking for items to support you. But if you actually check that, hey, I just got this emotion of feeling stupid, is that a fact? We have to ask ourselves, is that a fact? No, I'm not stupid. The emotion is not a fact. So I'm not stupid. I just feel it. So let's understand that emotion for what it is. Maybe I got to learn something new, flip it to a positive, right? And the other thing too is the thought. So I got the emotion that I'm stupid. Ooh, I got like feeling stupid. Now the thought of that emotion of feeling stupid is now I am stupid. Not true. I learned something new doesn't make me stupid. Just because I didn't know something, I didn't know it was stupid. This is the first time I actually talked this out loud. And we'll talk more about reparenting later, but that's it. The emotion is not a fact. The thought's not a fact. We've got to check these frequently to make sure that they're valid or not, because the brain was there to support, found those comments, those emotions and thoughts to support my core belief I am stupid, I can never figure stuff out. And that was an automatic default to the negative self-talk. Therefore, I want to keep talking to myself. But now that I understand that emotion and thoughts are not facts, I will stop and take a look and change that negative self-talk to positive self-talk, and where she refers to as balancing self-talk. Not have a gratuitously gross, fake positiveness. I am Superman. I am hyper. No. I'm not Einstein. I'm not an Einstein, but I am smarter in certain things than others. So that's balancing your self-talk. Again, the core beliefs formed as coping mechanisms to protect our child selves are often based on insecure attachments. And Judy discusses a little more about the impact of attachment styles, where either style has a great effect on our self-esteem and our relationships, not only with ourselves, but with everyone else, family, friends, and colleagues. So a secure attachment with your primary caregivers really fosters high self-esteem and healthy relationships. You feel secure, you feel safe, so you're able to learn different things and apply your experiences to other people. Now, the insecure attachment, this definitely leads to self-sabotage and difficulty forming connections and relationships, which also, again, I'm going to repeat, has a lot to do with us as well. So we got insecure attachments or anxious attachments. We crave for reassurance and closeness with others. The avoidant attachment, lone wolves, very self-sufficient. We don't need anyone. The disorganized attachment is we always find ourselves in a perpetual state of flight or fight. And see, just mentioning those three things, I think you can definitely understand how it can impact our self-esteem and our relationship building. I can go hours on this one, but I think it's very for you to identify your insecure attachments that you had with your past, and that can help you identify what core belief you created or your brain created in the past to protect you. And the core beliefs is like she referred to, I like how she uses the analogy of an operating system. It's the programming. So it's software. The coding can be changed. Okay. And if you recognize the insecure attachment in relation to your self-talk, your negative self-talk, you can better understand that those emotions and thoughts are actually not true, not facts. And now that you're aware, you can catch yourself and say, hey, buddy, that's not how I do this anymore. So what? The operating system has been written, it's been outlined. What do you do? To reprogram that operating system, and what she calls is reparenting. Okay, and it's also overriding your mental script. Like, it's so ingrained in your head that your core beliefs and your negative self-talk is there. It feels natural, it feels familiar, but we can overwrite this, okay? So the reparenting, she says, it involves consciously becoming your own nurturing parent you wish you had, building secure attachments, and balancing negative and positive self-talk. And by doing this, you will start to overwrite that operating system. Okay, so speak kindly to yourself, acknowledge accomplishments in the present and the now, not necessarily need a party all the time. Challenge those negative self-talk. Talk yourself out of you talking to yourself, you suck or you're bad. You say, no, dude, enough. I'm good at this. I'm not. All right. And with time, it takes time, but you can start believing in yourself again and just catching those negative self-talks. Because now that you're more aware of what's going on and the why, it makes you a lot more keen and challenge those emotions and thoughts. They're not true. Okay. So I highly recommend you listen to her TEDx talk. It's very good. That really it changed my perspective on a lot of things. Remember, negative self-talk stems from our past experiences, primarily childhood. The internal dialogues evolve into our core beliefs, into an operating system that we can overwrite. And remember, the fear that negative beliefs might be true often prevents us from embracing positive changes. So we need to challenge those beliefs. Beliefs are not facts. And I want to end you with this: is reprogramming the default operating system involves recognizing and confronting negative self-talk, treating oneself with the same respect offered to friends. We can do this. We can do this together. Thanks for listening and learning with me.